How long does it take an average dude to get every Minecraft advancement? I'm gonna find out. For this challenge, we need a desert temple and a village. This will give us gunpowder, iron to enter the nether, and food. We're looking for at least 10 gunpowder, 4 iron, and a stack of bread. In the seed, I spawn in a jungle right next to a village. And I also see a desert temple off in the distance. In the village, I grab hay bales for food and kill the iron golem. Now is a good time to introduce you to the All Advancements tracker. This tool displays all 80 advancements. Over on the right here are 5 of the hardest milestones in the challenge. Getting these done will be a big portion of the run. The other big portion of the run focuses on the 5 hardest advancements here on the bottom. Visit every biome, kill every monster, eat every food, breed every animal, and tame every cat. Another advancement that is worth mentioning is Beaconator. This requires us to get 164 gold blocks. I will be using this throughout the run to keep track of my progress. The general plan is to beat the game as fast as possible and then loot the outer end for an elytra. Dude, good spawn point. Yes. In the nether, I find a bastion pretty quickly. This will let me trade with piglins for ender pearls, fire resistance, string, and obsidian to beat the game. Things were going well until I made an absolutely ricky mistake and hit the zombie piglin. I got down to 1 heart and had to run out of the bastion. But eventually I managed to get them all in a hole. I also get returned to sender on the way back. And with that we can resume our bastion round. To find another fortress, I'm going to use the pie chart. This will tell me how far a mob spawner is and in what direction. I get to the fortress in under 20 minutes, which is great. Having collected our ender pearls and blaze rods, we now need to locate the stronghold. In the official speedrun rules of Minecraft, you're allowed to use a calculator to find the stronghold. So that's what I'm doing here. I build a second portal and dig down to the stronghold. Before we enter the end, it's super important that we find a library. This will give us books for enchanting later, as well as paper to make fireworks. It's also important I don't forget to kill a silverfish. Ending, yes. I'll take that. What a room. To kill the Ender Dragon, we're going to use a strategy called Zero Cycle. Nope, never mind. To kill the Ender Dragon, we're going to use a strategy called One Cycle, where we wait for the dragon to perch, and then we blow up beds on the fountain. With that, it's time to go to the outer end. Here we'll get our elytra, as well as gear up. The most difficult part about the outer end is getting a shulker back to the overworld. Okay. For this we use a technique where by unloading a fishing rod, we can trick the game into launching the shulker. Got it this time. Also make sure to get great view from up here before leaving. I grabbed the dragon egg for the next generation achievement. But I do have one problem. I need to break the boat that my shulker is in to get him through the end portal. And usually you would just use arrows. But since I don't have any, I'm gonna have to innovate. This be tech? No. Thankfully my second idea was a little bit better. Can't you go through? Oh, dang. Here's our progress on the advancements so far. One last thing we need to do before we start the mid-game is to enchant. Primarily, we're looking for looting on our sword, piercing on our crossbow, and unbreaking for our elytra. The first thing I'm going to do in the mid-game is kill fish. Cats take an average of 3 fish before they're tamed, and I need to tame 11, so I'm going to get like 40 to be safe. I start by finding a desert. We need to loot the desert temples for TNT and gunpowder to make sure we always have rockets. We will use this TNT later to mine for ancient debris. Another thing to do in the desert is land at the villages and tame cats. At this one I got 4 different kinds, which is kind of crazy. I also made sure to breed cats. I found a witch hut which is guaranteed to have a black cat, which is really rare to find otherwise. Take that. I breed llamas, breed foxes, eat a sweetberry, and get milk buckets from a cow. I need these milk buckets to help me explore the other biome that we'll be spending most of our time in, which is the ocean. Specifically, I need the milk buckets for looting ocean monuments, in case I get mining fatigue. Ocean monuments will be our main source of gold blocks. They only have 8, so I'll be looting a lot of these throughout the run. Also make sure to kill a guardian and an elder guardian. The other main thing we'll be doing in the ocean is killing drowned. Drowned can be holding tridents and nautilus shells. Tridents drop very rarely, but luckily for me I got one on my first try. Trident. Score. I also grab a couple pufferfish. Yeah, getting owned by this pufferfish. And a tropical fish. I loot a shipwreck for a buried treasure map, which is guaranteed to have a heart of the sea. We will use this to make a conduit. I ran out of ocean to explore, so I land on these beehives that I see. We'll need these for the endgame. I also breed bees and pigs. And then I decide it's time to go to the nether. The main thing we need to be doing is trying to get wither skeleton skulls while traveling far enough that when we build a portal back to the overworld, we will have new biomes to explore. I'm also going to overlap Uneasy Alliance, which requires me to kill a ghast in the overworld. The way the game checks for the advancement, the ghast doesn't actually have to be in the overworld, only we do. So we're going to use a strategy where we light TNT so it explodes right after we go through our portal. To get the gas in the range of the TNT, we use a similar strategy to what we did with the shulker earlier. We pull the fishing rod to get a preview of where the gas is going to go, and then build a portal next to it. The timing of this part is what makes the advancement hard. We need to light the TNT at a specific time and then raise our render distance as we're right about to go through. Yes! Yes! No way. Goated or what? Back in the overworld, I kill a slime. Tame tabby and British cats. And then I find my second rare biome. The first one being the jungle at spawn. Mesa. In the mesa, I need to make sure to register all 3 sub-biomes and find a cave spider in an exposed mine shaft. Ignore the fact this is 2 hours later. I definitely remembered to do this. As I'm leaving the mesa, something tragic happens. Thunder. Normally this would be really good news, as we need thunder to do the very, very frightening achievement, but I don't have my trident enchanted with channeling, which means I can't do it. It could be 1 hour before thunder happens again, or it could be 10, so I need to try to get channeling now. Fortunately for me, luck was not on my side, and before I knew it, I used all my levels and the thunder stopped. This means we'll just have to hope that it doesn't take forever for thunder to happen again. It's fine. This next advancement is a little inhumane, as we put 5 animals in a hole and kill them all with 1 crossbow shot. But look, I'll do what I have to. Dang. I continue on by taming calico and Siamese cats, and then trade a villager for rabbit stew, so I don't have to make it myself. I ran out of biomes again, so you know what that means. It's time to go to the nether. I get my second wither skeleton skull, get nether wart, and then quickly get my 3rd skull. Here I breed hoglins, and I also have to kill a hoglin, and this little fellow is being pretty annoying, so you know. I lead a hoglin to the overworld to turn him into a zoglin. I ride a strider, breed striders. Since I have enough TNT from desert temples, it's a good time to mine for ancient debris. This involves digging a long tunnel and then blowing up TNT as you run through it. There we go. Got 1. 5. And with that, we're done with everything we need to do in the nether. I take my last cat. Bang! Okay. And find a snow biome. Yes. The important thing to do here is to get all 5 sub-biomes, kill a stray, and find an igloo with a basement. Oh. An igloo with a basement is the best way to get the zombie doctor achievement, as it comes with a golden apple, a weakness potion, and a zombie villager. We have to wait 3 to 5 minutes for the villager to cure, so we're going to do a bunch of random things, like bullseye. This advancement is pretty hard normally, but since the target block emits a redstone signal, which can open the trapdoor on top of it, we can load a bunch of arrows over the bullseye in advance. A couple other things I do are grow beetroot for beetroot stew, and block an arrow with a shield. The zombie doctor achievement pops up, so I'm good to leave the area. I quickly find my 4th rare biome in the mushroom island. Oh my gosh, yes. The only thing I really need to remember to do is breed mushrooms. But it's also nice to eat mushroom stew. and collect some extra mushrooms. Mushroom stew, eat the mushroom stew. Bro. With the mushrooms, I craft blindness suspicious stew and fermented spider eyes, which we'll need for the end game. I breed horses, donkeys, and a mule. This is one of my favorite advancements, where you kill 2 phantoms with 1 arrow. They have quite a bad turning radius, so you can kind of just run around them until they line up. Bang! Okay. And a membrane. I get my 8th Nautilus shell. 8 shells, dang. And then all I need to do is find a Mega Taiga. Now, I didn't think this would be too hard, but it ended up taking me like an hour of doing nothing but flying around, which is honestly brutal. Oh my gosh. Yes, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I flew 544 kilometers. For reference, the world record flew 174 kilometers in the whole thing, and I'm not even done yet. I can finally go back to spawn, for the first time since enchanting earlier. Back at spawn, I breed ocelots, and then pandas for the 2x2 advancement. Yes! This is our advancement sheet. We gotta let them free. And with that, we can start the end game. This whole section is in preparation for the hardest advancement. How did we get here? Where we need to get every effect in the game at once. Everything I've done throughout the run has led up to this. The first thing I'll do is kill the wither. I need to make sure a mob dies to the wither so I get a wither rose, which I brought a fish for. I only need to brew like 8 potions because most of the effects are covered already from other sources like an enchanted golden apple and a pufferfish. After I'm done with potions, I craft netherite and put it on my armor and a hoe to get 2 more advancements. I set up my conduit. Bees. And full beacon. I didn't have enough gold, so forgive me. With that, our base is set up, and we need to find a pillager outpost. Thankfully, I wrote down the coords to one earlier. I kill a banner pillager to get Bad Omen, making sure to use a crossbow to get the Who's the Pillager Now achievement. I use this Bad Omen to start a raid. This is actually my second raid, because the first one I forgot to start on a hard. The reason we need to start on hard is to spawn an evoker. This will give us a totem for another achievement and the kill credit. With our raid done and our potions at base, there's only a couple more effects that we have to account for. I go ahead and get Bad Omen again, and then visit an ocean monument for mining fatigue. And lastly, I need to bring a dolphin to my base for a dolphin's grace. Transporting the dolphin back is actually harder than you would expect. Oh my gosh. I do eventually land the dolphin safely, which means I'm ready. But this attempt couldn't have gone any worse. For one thing, I kept missing my arrows, and my dolphin wouldn't give me dolphin's grace. And before I knew it, my potion effects had run out. Back in your boat. And if it weren't bad enough that I had to redo everything I just did, this guy decides to kill my shulker, and I didn't notice him until it was too late. You kill my shulker? This was my lowest point in the run, and I wanted to quit. But then I thought back to all the times I had died previously. Yo! All the stupid mistakes that had ended my runs. All the time I had invested so far. Oh, and even the time where it was out of my control. Yo. But if this challenge has taught me one thing, it's resilience. So I went back to the end, got another shulker, put him through the overworld, brewed potions, did a raid, got bad omen, mining fatigue, brought a dolphin, and I was ready to do How Did We Get Here one last time. Bang, we landed it. Okay. We're good. Yes, yes, bro. Dang, good. I cleaned up a couple advancements in the end. Yeah. And with that, all we needed was thunder. I was preparing to build a house to pass the time when all of a sudden, it happened. Oh my gosh. No way. Oh yes. It takes an average dude 9 hours, 55 minutes, and 3 seconds to get every Minecraft advancement. Thank you for watching.